To everyone's surprise, Barcelona have lost yet again in El Clasico. It is yet another loss, 3-1 to Real Madrid this time. Absolute demolishing defeat, and that puts Real Madrid 3 points clear at the top of La Liga. We lined up in a 4-3-3 with Balde, Koundé, Eric Garcia and Roberto, De Jong, Busquets and Pedri, Dembele, Lewandowski and Rafinha, all partnering with Ter Stegen in goal. Our stats today completely show that Barcelona were the dominant team. 18 shots to Real Madrid's 8, 57% possession to their 43, and if we move on to the other stats, 2.27 XG to their 1.44. What does this show? Barcelona cannot be clinical, first of all, which is a huge issue, and with the little chances that Madrid get, just 8 shots they made the whole game in 90 minutes, they were managed to get 3 goals. That is nearly, for every 3 shots they take, it's a goal. That is such a crazy thing, because that just shows that you don't really need to sustain a lot of attacks like Barcelona do. All you need to do is attack this Barcelona defense once, and done. You probably get a goal. And this is just something that has not been addressed with this Barcelona side for years and years and years. I remember back in the Valverde era, it's not like a lot of teams just went and demolished Barcelona and played front foot football. No, they had like 5 or 6 shots, and this is at home most of the time. They had 5 or 6 shots, and Barcelona were not able to even keep that out. That is something that has concerned Barcelona for so long. So many problems in today's game, but the final result is quite clear. 3-1 to Barcelona. Now, obviously, this result doesn't mean our league race is just over. We're still second in the Liga, only 3 points off the top of the league. But let's be honest, the only real trophy, because I'm not counting the Europa League or Copa del Rey or whatever those ones are, the real trophy that we have to win this season is La Liga. The Champions League is gone. We're third in our UCL group. We drew our last game. And honestly, if this wasn't a time for Barcelona players to actually group together and really show what this team is about, then there's never going to be a chance, because El Clasico is the time where it doesn't matter, form doesn't matter, you just have to show your performance. Barcelona didn't do that. Shameful performance. And let's be quite honest, the games are not getting any easier. We have Villarreal next, who have an amazing team with players like Jeremy Pino and Chukwueze. They have a great team. And then we have Athletic Club, who look completely rejuvenated under Ernesto Valverde. So that will be such a difficult game. And then we have Bayern Munich in the UCL. And it doesn't matter whether we're out of UCL or not. A game against Bayern Munich, where Bayern Munich are going to be pumped against a team in Barcelona that is so low in morale. I feel like there's only one way this is going to go. It's a Bayern win, and it could be very comfortable as it's been in previous years. The next 3 games for Barcelona are concerning. And even with all the substitutions that we made, including the 5 that I'm showing right here, not that much of a change actually came on. I think a few players obviously made a difference. Of course, Ferran Torres managed to get a goal, which I'll talk about later on. But really, the difference was not clear with this Barcelona side. And this is, again, such another concerning thing. Xavi really needs to do something about the morale of these players. They need to know how to regroup after a difficult defeat. And we've really struggled about that in the past, but this is a season where I was hoping that would get fixed, and so far that is not coming to fruition. In terms of our player ratings for today, it was, of course, Ter Stegen deserved a 6. I would arguably give him a 7 or 8. He was possibly our best player because, honestly, the amount of key saves he made again today is just a testament to what a goalkeeper he is. Superb performance from him. Couldn't really do too much on any of the goals. His distribution could have been a little bit better, but considering the circumstances and our pretty much non-existent defense, I don't completely blame him. In terms of our defense, I think Balde deserves a 6. Again, I think he was one of our better performers today. I think personally with Alejandro Balde, he was just a little bit nervous today because of obviously the circumstances surrounding the team that we're playing. It's his first real big game as a starter, and it was difficult for him, but he managed to just, cut through that pressure and really show his quality. In terms of our defense, I think Eric Garcia was just so terrible. I don't know. I thought in the beginning of the season, we're finally getting the best version of Eric Garcia, but the one thing that I was always worried about him was how is he going to perform against the best level of attackers in the world? And he's had 2 chances so far. The game against, obviously, Inter in the second game, and today. And he's absolutely failed both games. Against Lautaro, he was just turned on his... Literally, he was just turned. And then against Real Madrid, he found it very difficult against Benzema, and of course, conceded a penalty as well. So, just non-existent from Eric Garcia again. Koundé, I think, did okay. Still not amazing. I just think he was a little bit shaky when it comes to his passes. So not amazing from Koundé. When it comes to Sergio Roberto, he got absolutely toasted by Vinicius Jr. Sergio Roberto is one of the players that just has to leave this football club ASAP. Thank God his contract ends at the end of the season. I think, again, similar to Eric Garcia, he had a few good performances, but just not good enough overall. Busquets got a 6 today. I don't want to keep on dwelling on a player like him. Legend of the club, but just please get out of the club. You're just not good enough at the top level. Frenkie de Jong, again, just not amazing. Did very, okay. And honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of Frankie's performance, either in attack and in defense today. Pedri was arguably our best player. I think deserves a 7. Really did perform well. And again, he is the key to everything that Barcelona do in attack. And he showed that once again today. Our front three, I don't even want to rate them individually because all of them were terrible. 4-4-4. Arguably deserved a 2. Only one that really tried anything was Dembele. And even that, his decision making is just way too poor at the highest level. And that is something that we really have to look at for the future for this team. I think that when it comes to our substitutions, Ansu Fati, what a assist or what a pre-assist it was to Ferran Torres' goal. Just superb. Gavi came on and honestly he was very tenacious as ever, but just again too many fouls. Has to learn how to control his temper, and hopefully he'll learn that as the games go on. Ferran Torres did really well on the right hand side. I was really happy with his performance. I think the boy needs a lot more confidence, and he got a goal today and really showed that he does have quality to be a member of this Barcelona team. I think in terms of important things that came today from social media, Neil Gardner, Barcelona fan, said, "I don't think Barca were outplayed, but neither side was particularly impressive. Madrid had distinct advantages in key isolated battles, the flanks especially, and of course an unparalleled psychological edge. That was ultimately the difference," and I completely agree with him. Barcelona, head-to-head with Real Madrid, arguably have the same level, if not better players, but psychologically, Barcelona and Real Madrid, no contest whatsoever. They're just much better than us. I think Total Barca said, "Given the context, this was without a doubt our worst match of the season. Barca fans hardly need more negativity, but some of the core ideas about how the team is playing desperately need a reset." 100% agree. I think a reliance on certain players is still something that's a big issue with Barcelona. I feel like if Dembele doesn't have a good game, Barcelona doesn't have a good game, and we need to find other options. Hopefully, this is again a reset for Xavi to think that Busquets is not the solution in this Barcelona team. I have no doubt that Busquets, under a good structure, can do a lot for this Barcelona team. But, considering our situation at the moment, he is just not good enough. He has to not play that much for Barcelona anymore. He's a good player against low-level teams in La Liga, but against the highest level teams both in Europe and in La Liga, he just can't do it.